It's time for our Consumer Tech segment. And today on Consumer Tech, we're going to be having a very interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, for so many years, we have, back in the 80s, the whole conversation about HIV/AIDS began in our space, and it's been difficult for a lot of people because there's always this mindset of, hey, I don't want to know. Why would you not want to know? Because you see, the earlier you know, as other peace of mind. In fact, it's peace of mind either way, you know, because what happens is that if you know and you're positive, then you can actually have interventions and you can live a perfectly healthy life throughout your life. But if you don't know and the disease gets the better of you, then it's a death sentence. But it doesn't have to be. Now, these days, right in the comfort of your own home, you can actually get tested. Test yourself. Nobody else needs to know the results. But if you do find that the test is positive, we can also go further to confirm the rapid test that you found out at home and go to a hospital, a doctor, a trained professional who will then confirm whether it's actually the case or not. And then, you know, treatment and all that can be begun, right? Now, I've been joined in the studio this morning by Gifty Ofori-Ansah. She is with the Greater Accra Regional Ghana Health Service, Greater Accra Region. She's an HIV STI coordinator. And also Linda Ewenam, she's an outreach team member with Garnet, and they're going to help us to get right into this conversation this morning. Ladies, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Right, it's good to have you here.
Very good to be here.
Right, good. So just generally walk us through what's the current situation as far as should I say acceptability or the reception from the general masses as when it comes to HIV/AIDS and testing?
Okay, so we've come a long way. In the past, you talked about the 80s where people were scared of going for tests.
Yeah.
And today, when you call people to come for tests, at least some people will turn up. And so we've come a long way. Acceptability has increased considerably. But I'd say that there's still a lot of gaps. There are people who have tested and tested and tested, and yet there are still people who have never tested
before.
Yes. And so that's why we are tailoring our interventions towards making sure that everybody gets access to our test kits and actually goes ahead to test.
Fantastic, fantastic.
But are we able to manage, you know, HIV better now? Because I think one fear, you know, that gripped all was the fact that, well, if you have HIV, which will eventually blow out to be AIDS, it's a death sentence. And in previous years, that was the situation. But I think maybe education hasn't really gone to certain areas, so people still have this mindset. But in terms of managing this, how are we doing?
I would say we are doing pretty well. Again, in the 80s, we didn't even have antiretrovirals, you know, and we've come a long way. We have antiretrovirals, we have test kits, and all this for free. We have also built a lot of capacity over the years with experience in managing HIV-positive cases. We know a lot. We have policy guidelines and, you know, to guide the work that we do. And so managing HIV has become very, very easy. I would say that HIV is not just a health issue. You know, it's a social issue, it's a developmental issue. And many other players are in this HIV space. Other people need to come on board to help from the household level. Parents, family members should all, you know, jump on board for us to be able to make sure that our interventions actually reach the people that need it, and then people get better and are healthy. So we are doing better. We've created space for testing. We have antiretrovirals, a wide variety that are doing better than the antiretrovirals that we knew before. So we've come a long way.
Now, we have these test kits here. Back in the day, you would have to go to a facility before you can get tested, right? Now we have this amazing intervention that makes it so much easier to test. So in my mind, I'm thinking you're going to inject me and then get some blood onto, you know, some kind of a pallet or something and then test. Is that what we're going to do?
Today, that's not what we are going to do.
Okay.
As I said, we've come a long way. In the 80s, again, 90s, you would go to the clinic, your blood sample will be taken, and you'll be asked to come back in 3 weeks. Yeah. Only God knows.
That is when you even go and die. You die before you even know whether you're positive or negative.
Exactly. You're thinking, you go to the marketplace, somebody looks you in the face, and you are like, this person knows I've done the test. But now we are able to test right there and within the same day. In fact, within 30 minutes, your test should be ready.
But what's its accuracy level?
Very, very high. It's 99% specific and sensitive.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So this one, if you do it, it's positive. You do.
They mean say
Right. Okay.
So show us.
Okay.
You know.
So this test kit is.
Yes.
This brand is OraQuick.
OraQuick. Okay.
OraQuick HIV self test.
Okay.
There are other brands that we use. This this one is the self-test kit.
So you can be gotten in a pharmacy?
There are some self-test kits in the pharmacies for sale. This particular one is for free. It comes to you for free, and you can even access it online. Linda will take us through that. Okay. So this test kit has a scan code right here. So you can just use the scanner on your phone to scan it, and it will give you information. A video will pop up and take you step by step through use. You mentioned blood. For those who are squeamish and who do not want blood, to see blood, you only need oral fluids to run this test.
Oh, wow.
And so there's nothing like
no pinprick.
No pricking at all.
Impressive.
Yes. So when you pick the package, there is a dotted line across the extreme end of it. So you tear right across, and then this comes out. It is quite a durable packaging. Yes. So what comes out is yet another package. So there's this, and then there's instructional material. There's these leaflets, and we have these leaflets in English as well as Twi in the package. Okay, and then we also have a stand that you can stand your vial on.
You know, so while you demonstrate this, Linda, let me pick your thoughts on this. You are a member of the outreach team. When you go out, you know, to talk to people, how receptive are they? Especially you do all the talking and then you finish and say, oh, so can we give you some of these things to try? How is it like?
Oh, but I would say HIV education has now gone down well. Because when you look at the rate at which people are chasing us for the test kits, since they've all realized that if you are positive and you are being put on medication, within 6 months, if you take it well, you can get to the undetectable stage where you can't give it to the next person. It's giving them hope. So a lot of people are now willing to take the test kits. Yes.
And the fact that now it's not likely that you pass on to your child, like from pregnant mother to the child?
The magic is based on the antiretroviral drugs. So if someone tests positive and that person is being enrolled on the antiretroviral drugs and the drugs are being taken religiously.
No, so go on.
When the drugs are being taken religiously, that alone is a protection for the baby, the partner, and anyone that comes in contact with that person.
Okay, right. So now we have...
So walk me through it. What do I do?
So,
I have this
when
now.
you take this out, you need to check for the expiry date.
Okay.
Right.
So once you
So what's the expiry date on this?
So this is 2024 March.
Right. So we are safe.
So we are in a good place. Yes.
Right.
And so you sit your vial with the buffer on the stand. You need a flat surface. Okay. So you need to have read this, but because I'm going to take you through, I would put this one aside. Okay. So you open the vial, you take this flat test stick out, and then rub the edge. Against the gum. Upper gum. So you go just this way. And then that way. And that's it.
Both sides of the
So you do this and then turn and come this way.
And
yes.
go down.
Yes. So you don't touch where the tip. So yes, that way, and then you come down just once. It's fine.
Don't brush your teeth.
So what you have, don't brush your teeth.
So no, I'm not brushing my teeth.
You're brushing your teeth.
Mine is being,
No, he said once, but you're brushing.
It was running on the gum, so it's not, it's not even touching my teeth.
Absolutely. So
okay.
You just
dip it in there.
Put this in here, and I said it takes 20 minutes to read.
All right.
And so
what are we expecting when it reads?
All right. So on the test stick, you would find that there's a window.
Okay.
And on the window, you would find an inscription, C and
C
T.
and T. Okay.
So C is for control, and T is for test.
Okay, so the camera can show.
Yeah.
You know, with the pregnancy test kit, you have like 3.
Yes.
Where it could be positive, negative, or not too sure.
Yeah.
This doesn't have that.
Yes. This one.
Can there be a mistake? Can I record a mistake?
Yes. So you would know.
Okay.
If there is a mistake. If you run this test strictly according to instructions, you should get a good outcome. That is reliable. Yeah. Now,
so when you see, so what we did, go ahead. You were talking.
So I was going to talk about the C and the T. The C is the control line, and you should, every test that you run, once you've run it well, you should see a line beside the C in the window. That is the control. That means that the test you have run is valid, and so you can go ahead and trust the results that you are seeing. Okay. Now, if you find a line in the C and there's no line in the beside the T, it means you are non-reactive today, and so today you are negative. Yes. Okay. This test actually is picking antibodies, something that your body produces in response to the presence of HIV. So we didn't find HIV antibodies in your blood, and so you are negative today. Okay. So if you find a line in the C window, next to the C, and also next to the T, it means you are reactive, and you may be HIV positive. You will need further testing. And so we encourage people who who actually go through testing to self-testing to come to the health facility
to actually
get a confirmatory test. Okay. Even if you test negative, you might need additional information and guidance. We encourage you to approach us in the various health facilities for testing.
So you're saying that where can people get these free tests?
All right. So these test kits are available online. You can order them online. And Linda has the details.
Linda, give us the
details. Linda's institution has.
Garnet has people who go to the
what
community.
Is
Garnet is a network for persons living with HIV, those doing advocacy, and then NGOs. Doing HIV community sensitization. So we are community-based networks. So what we do is we pick the test kits from Ghana AIDS Commission, National AIDS Control Program, Ghana Health Service. We go to the communities, we share them, we give some through the social media. We have the links on our social media platforms, and then any other platform. Our website is there. When you go on Garnet website, we have a link there. You request. When you request, previously when we started, people, when a new thing is introduced, it takes time. So within 3 days, your test kit will be delivered to you. I intentionally did it using different names to see how the process work. 3 days later, I was called that my test kit is ready. So they want to deliver it to me at home. Unfortunately, I wasn't home. So they called twice. That's why I said, I believe what we are doing. Because they called the first time, I wasn't home. I told them they should call me the following day.
So it means that once you place a request, you will get it. But just a quick one, can you do the test at any time? With certain tests, you have to don't eat after food, 1 hour before. But any time?
You can do this test at any time. But you shouldn't do it if you have eaten within the last 15 minutes. Or if you have used any, let's say, toothpaste, mouthwash within the last 30 minutes. So you wait and then you do it. We don't want food particles to interfere with the results.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much for that. All right. So we're joined by Gifty Ofori-Ansah. She is with the Greater, she's an HIV and STI coordinator with the Ghana Health Service, Greater Accra Regional, and Linda Erenam, who is with outreach, who's an outreach team member with Garnet.